This is Ivy Unleashed,
a Gold Ivy production. Welcome back to Ivy Unleashed. Thank you for being here. Brooke and I are excited to give you an inside look at Gold Ivy Health Co. If you're new here, or even if you're not new here, we're going to tell you kind of what business is like right now. We're 2.5 years into our business that we love, we're obsessed with. We could talk about all day, but we get asked a lot, okay, who's in charge of what in your business? How do you make money? Like, how's this going? What are you focused on right now? Who's upcoming for guests on the podcast? You know, so people are always asking kind of, how does this work? You guys created a business. How does it function? And what's the future of Gold Ivy Health Co? So we figured we'd give you the inside scoop on what we do, what we have coming up, what we're in the midst of, and what we're learning, and maybe some of the questions you might have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday we did an event. We taught yoga for Apex in Edina, and it was amazing. And so that's something we're getting into, is going and doing corporate events. We know what it's like to be a stressed business woman, man, whatever. And we need to take time. They need to take time out of their chaotic schedules to prioritize well-being. And as an employer, it is so important that they're offering that. So that's something that we're really excited we're getting into. And it's new for us. The first year of Gold Ivy was all about Ivy Unleashed. It was like, let's do a podcast. It's COVID. Let's give the people what they need. Really some mental health support, right? And then the next year was, all right, let's add this body piece to the mind piece we've already created. And that was Move with Gold Ivy, our virtual workout platform. That's all about at-home workouts, no equipment needed, strength, yoga, Pilates, all the things we're really passionate about. And now that both of those babies are up and running, we're dabbling into the corporate events, the challenges, the programs. We just kicked off a Sculpted Summer, which is our June 30-day metabolism reset. So we have a handful of women who are in a private group and a daily plan.
Well, more than a handful.
Yeah, there's like 30, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
And our first ever program. So it's all about accountability and support that we feel like is missing when it comes to making these behavior changes. You need support and motivation as coaches. That's what we provide. And so you can get this handout of all of these ways to boost your metabolism. But unless you have, again, the support and accountability, it's not going to stick.
Yeah.
And
so, you're being supported by 2 health coaches. So we know how people start habits, or they have a big reason why, and they definitely want to feel better, but they need someone to kind of hold their hand, or like they know is going to check in with them, right? And so when you have a group like that and you're hearing about other women or men who are prioritizing themselves, you know, it influences you. It's a good influence. And that's all we're trying to be with Gold Ivy Health Co. Whether we're your coach, your trainer, we're at an event with you, you're listening to our podcast, we want to be the type of women, the type of influence in your life that makes it doable to prioritize yourself, and then continually giving you ideas that you're looking for, because sometimes we just like don't want to search for them. You know, it's like, here it is on a silver platter. This is a whole way to reset your metabolism in the midst of a chaotic season of summer. And I know as a mom, and Brooke knows as a busy entrepreneur, of like, this can be really challenging. So how can we make it as simple as possible? Giving you recipes, giving you ideas, giving you meditations that we love. And I think it's just important that you know that Brooke and I are always looking for that gap of what's kind of missing and what will put this more into place for you so that you can weave it into your busy life, the chaotic season, when you're struggling to prioritize yourself, like what will uplift you and encourage you to keep going.
Yeah. And right now it's all about getting set for summer, right? We're kicking off June, figuring out a way to take care of ourselves all summer long. And it starts with building these foundational wellness habits: sleep, exercise, nutrition, stress management. And so that's what we're doing right now. That's taking up a lot of our time, which is super exciting. And if this is something that you feel like you'd benefit from, it's virtual, so anyone can join. So stay on the lookout, because there will definitely be more opportunities in the near future.
Yeah. And speaking of a gap, of something that we discovered was, we have a lot of members of Move. They have these workouts, right? But sometimes you don't feel like working out. Sometimes it's just like hard to get going. So Brooke and I also decided to add to that platform and to, any program, motivational videos. So it's 2 minutes of us talking about a topic that might align with you, and you can pick which one you want to hear. Like, you're not behind. Sometimes you feel like you don't want to start because you already feel like you're so behind. So it's overwhelming, right? Or you feel like rest isn't productive. So we have motivational videos on like, it's okay to take your rest day. If you need permission, here it is. But also when you can give more and you need someone to say, let's get moving. You can do this. You're a badass. We have that too. And so that was kind of a request from some of our movers of like, sometimes I don't feel like doing it. I need some help, but I don't want to listen to a whole podcast episode. We created some motivational videos too.
And those motivation videos are a part of Move, which is, like Andrea said, our body piece, but also mind is weaved in there, right? We believe that you can't have one without the other. And that's kind of who we are. We're like the yin and the yang of women's wellness. And so I handle a lot of our Move platform. Andrea is our Ivy Unleashed girl, does the editing with our editor, Jeremy, and reaching out to guests and aligning all that. And a lot of people ask, like, what do we each own? So I think it's fun to show people, okay, like, how is this divvied up? Right? And so a lot of social media is me. A lot of the graphics I do. I like to call myself a software engineer, although I did not go to school for that. You are an editor. You did not go to school for that. We just kind of figure it out as we go. What am I missing?
Well, I think like you said with Move, you think of strategy of kind of what that's missing and what value we can add to that. And you create the graphics and a lot of the aesthetics behind what draws people into us. Because that is an important part of your business. You need to draw people in. And so a lot of people are like, oh my God, this Instagram is legit, And it's like, that's Brooke. Like she has a strategy. She has an eye for, what will draw people in. Maybe we need some like humor up in here. It's been a little serious lately because, we had just had Mental Health Awareness Month and it can get kind of heavy. So we like to weave in some like fun and dancing, and she's a good dancer. So I feel like you are a lot of strategy of what the people probably need to see or feel. And then with Ivy Unleashed, I like to think about what do people want to learn more about? What are we curious about? And just based off of who we follow, what in the health and wellness field haven't we talked about yet? Or if I hear someone's story and it moves me, I'm like, I will get that. I'm not afraid to reach out to anybody. And so we've landed some pretty big guests, as you know, from listening, but it's thrilling to be a part of a podcast where we're promoting people's stories, books, businesses, but it's through their story of their life. Like it doesn't get much more personal than that, right? And it all comes back to taking care of yourself and learning these life lessons. And so, I'm editing podcasts, I'm reaching out to guests, I'm cutting teasers that you see on social media. So that's just a huge part of what I do. And that's a lot of scheduling back and forth, creating the content for the episodes, what we're going to talk about, communicating that to guests, talking about how we're going to promote their book or whatever that may be. And so it's just part of business, right? Like we all want to promote each other, but ultimately it's to inspire people to continue to tap into their well-being, whether it's mental or physical.
Yeah. And this has all been virtual for us. And now we're getting into in-person events, which is super exciting. Like that's what I thrive off of, right? Is like going somewhere, creating an experience, helping people just tap into their body and slow down or maybe speed up if they need some energy. So we just did an event yesterday. We're doing another one, Crisp and Green, which is super exciting. So if you are a part of a business in Minnesota and you want us to come lead a workout, reach out.
Or fly us to wherever you are in the world. We're open to traveling. Yeah, a lot of people, when they meet Brooke and I, they're surprised at how much of like a girl's girl we are. Like we are hype women. We love meeting people. We truly are genuinely excited about connecting with you, with the people that you work with. Like yesterday, people were even emotional about connecting back to their body. And all it was meeting up in a park, but it's transformational. It helps relieve your stress level. It reconnects you back to your body and mind so you can be productive in the workplace. And so we're really excited about more of this like face-to-face interaction now that COVID's, calmed down. We can be in person. And so, yeah, look for us in the Minnesota area at Crisp and Green corporate events and let us know if you have any suggestions for us.
Yeah, we got a lot of exciting things coming up. So you are tuning in at a good time. Stay tuned in, reach out, let us know what you want more of. Like, We're Hype Women. We're here for you.
Yes.
We want to know what you're interested in, the people you want to get on the pod. All of it is for you. It's to make wellness and feeling good more accessible. And that's exactly what we're using our platform for.
Mm-hmm. If you're listening, we care about what you think and we want to keep serving you. We are here to make the world a better place. And so that starts with you. You are listening and we are so grateful for you. Thank you for taking this time and sitting with us because it's so valuable. And you're taking care of yourself and opening yourself up to new ideas and new ways to up level. So we're so grateful for you and we're so happy you're here and we're really excited. And we want to end this episode with words from you, from a review that was left on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for taking the time. It is crucial for us to keep doing what we're doing. So this review is from Breezy C. She says, I love how Ivy Unleashed has so many relevant episodes with a great variety of guests and topics. It's always an enjoyable and beneficial listen. Keep it up.
Thanks, Bree.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. Those words are powerful. They mean the world to us.
Yeah.
And so please, if you can, just take a few seconds to drop a review, drop some gold stars for us because it really helps our reach.
Yeah, we can't do what we do without you. So with that being said, thank you again. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we will see you next time.
This is Gold Ivy signing off.
Listen to your truth and go chase your gold.